What's going on, everybody? Zara here, and right now I just want to say, wow, this has been incredible. Even though it's only been a week since I started this back up, people have commented, people have subscribed, and unfortunately some people have unsubscribed because I'm no longer doing WoW content. But you know what? We're not going to focus on the negativity. We're going to focus on the positivity. We're going to focus on what's next. We're going to take the next step, and we're going to get better every day. Alright, here we go. Let's dive right into Final Fantasy VII Remake versus the OG 1997 release. Is Aerith's design. I'm not going to hit this on the head too hard. Her necklace is a little different, and remember at this point she has the white materia in her hairband in the original game. We haven't actually seen that yet, if we're going to see it, or maybe she's got the materia somewhere else. Now this is the opening scene, right? And something that I think nobody else has noticed, nobody else has talked about. If you look here, I said before, this is Barrett, obviously. There's a body on the ground, a couple more guards, but then look back behind there. Something I didn't notice in the first time I'd seen this trailer. There's Jesse, and there's Biggs. Wedge, I'm assuming, is further up past them. So this is very cool. This is very awesome. You're seeing a lot of action going on, not just, you know, not just Barrett walking up and Cloud being confronted by these guards. Biggs and Jesse, all the action and the stories continuing to play out. It gives the scene a little bit more depth. Now, this is the guard Scorpion. We're not going to hit this on the head too hard, but notice that there are light fixtures here. He's not on the ground floor, he's on the ceiling. Plus, if you look, there seems to be bevels in these squares, kind of like acoustic tiles. And then there's pipes along here, and there's air ducts. This is not the ground floor he's standing on. He's standing on the ceiling. And if you go back to the 2015 footage, you see something similar where he is leaping down to Barrett and Cloud's location onto the platform below. Okay, remember I had mentioned in the last breakdown analysis that this is probably them going to the Sector 8, or excuse me, Sector 5 reactor, because this is the second reactor that we blow up. That's just a guess. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's a coincidence that Sector 5 is showing here, and Sector 5 reactor is the second reactor that you blow up in the original game. So I'm thinking this is part of the next bombing run. I know the exact scene where this is at in the original game. To see that Square is taking such precautions when it comes to comparing and actually improving upon scenes that we got in the original game to what we're getting in the remake is really incredible. You see this right here? There's a ladder right there. There's a massive door here, and this area is much wider than the platform that he's walking on. Tell me what you guys think. Give a thumbs up to the video and comment down below if you agree. I think this is just a callback to the fact that the original game had a really janky way of getting to the reactor. You had to walk across pillars and pipes and a whole bunch of other stuff. Debris can happen. Maybe there's multiple paths to get and go to where you need to get to. Very interesting. Okay, and this scene right here, this has got a couple things. Again, the ATB bar I mentioned in my original analysis on the day the trailer released. A lot of other people are finally starting to catch on, but your boy found it first. If you look here, I didn't catch it the first time, but there's actually a train moving. Watch this. You see that? The train flashes by. That's definitely a train tunnel of some sort. And if you look right here, the commands menu ties into the ATB bar. So look here, it's gonna flash right across from left to right. Boom. And then as soon as he does that, his gun arm goes off. Pretty big. And right here he's doing 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then all of a sudden he does 15 damage. Not a coincidence. In Advent Children, we see this, and every time he does a limit break, I think we see Braver, we see Cross Slash, we see Omni Slash, and we see, I believe, Blade Beam. And Clem Hazard as well. He kills Bahamut with Clem Hazard. We see all those limit breaks in Advent Children, and every single time there's a blue aura around Cloud. I think this is a great callback to that. It's really amazing how they're doing this. I really, really love the attention to detail that they are making with each choice that is shown here. Again, I know the exact scene where this is at, I think, and this is just incredible. Again, I cannot say enough about how much I love the fact that Square is balancing new content, new, fresh look of Final Fantasy VII, but they are staying so close to the details of the original. I'm starting to understand why development has taken so long and why we haven't seen hardly any details, because Square, I guarantee you, kept reviewing footage over and over and over and over and over and say, you know what? No, absolutely not. This is not what the original looked like. Go back, do it again. But the one thing that I do want to talk about this scene, if you notice, people are just strolling around. This area is not in disarray at all. Because in the original game, people are running around like crazy. There's been an explosion. People don't know what the heck's going on. And all of a sudden, like, somebody even, like, frantically runs into Aerith and knocks her down completely just before you walk up to her. What happened with the reactor? Did the reactor not blow up? Did the reactor fail to blow up? Or maybe being a terrorist group is too strong a word, because they're not trying to damage the environment. They're not trying to hurt people. They're not trying to kill people, which in the original game they actually, like, talk about. Like, maybe in this they're taking a different direction. Maybe they're saying Avalanche is going to do everything they can to stop Shinra's operations, damage the reactors to halt operations, but not do damage to the surrounding area. That adds a whole lot of depth to Avalanche and Barrett's character arc. I'm loving this. Apps, of course, everybody's caught on. Cloud, Aerith, they're in the sewers. I've analyzed this scene. I've gone back. You can see some water flow here, which makes me think that there's probably a sewer grate back here at the bottom of the wall. And if you go back, that's the exact details that's in the original. And if you notice, Aerith is swinging her staff and is casting out abilities. Now, I don't know if this is a magic. You see the orb here. I don't know if this is magic or if maybe this is just her physical attack. Because remember, at this point in the game, you don't have a lot of materia unless you've purchased it. And we don't really know if buying materia is going to be a thing in this version because of the fact that just the way the mechanics work. Maybe materia is a very hard thing to come by, and maybe you only get one of each kind of materia. I don't know. It could be that you can buy as much materia as you want, just like in the original. You can buy fire, ice, lightning, and restore materia all right there, right outside of 7th Heaven, right after the first reactor bombing. Who knows? Maybe you can. But I'm willing to bet you this isn't actually materia. I'm thinking this is her attack. I'm thinking she's releasing these orbs from her staff with help of the white materia that she has command of. I don't know, man. That doesn't feel like a certain element of attack. I just think it's unique to her physical attack. And since Aerith was never meant to be a physical damage dealer, what if she's one of those kind of characters that has medium range attacks? What if she's not right in the fray like, say, Sid or Cloud or Tifa or even Kate Sith or Red 13, obviously? What if she is a medium ranged attacker? Unlike Barrett, who's a extreme long range attacker, or Vincent, who's an extreme long range attacker, or maybe Yuffie, who can be a medium to long range attacker. It gives a layer of depth to these characters, and I'm really hoping that I'm right on this. I can almost guarantee you, based on what we're seeing here with these openings up here on the first and the second and third floor, I got a feeling I know exactly where this is, and I'm willing to bet you this is not the first reactor because Tifa's in your party at this point. I'm thinking this is the Sector 5 reactor, the second attempt to blow up another reactor. And if you notice, watch right here. So he's spamming attack, and then he spams backblast. But that looks to be big shot, because if you look, 450 something damage, I believe. Those could be 484. So backblast, I don't think is going to do that much damage. I'm thinking very well this is big shot, but they're just calling it backblast because I'm guessing they don't want to give away too much of the limit break menu. If you go back to when Cloud did the Braver, or what we assume is the Braver, same thing. You don't really see much. I think at that point you see the quick options menu or the shortcuts menu. Not really a whole lot in the way of limit break menu, but who knows? It could be something that they're holding back. This is great attention to detail on Square's part, and if they actually integrate this into every weapon that we have, I'm going to love this. This is going to be absolutely incredible. I'm willing to bet you that this is not the start of the fight, because if you look at the Guard Scorpion, again, this is something that I don't think anybody else has caught. If you look at the Guard Scorpion, he looks beaten up. Look at this. He's got, looks like cuts and breaks in his armor. He's got black stains on him, like he's just been through the ringer. So I'm willing to bet you this is probably the ending cinematic of this fight. It's got to be. There's no really other explanation for this. So my guess is this is like, hey, we've beaten the Guard Scorpion back, and now he's trying to kill us with his tail laser. Who knows? This could be, I could be off my rocker, but I'm willing to bet you this is at the end of the fight. I'm thinking we're going to get cinematic flashbacks throughout the game. We're going to get cinematic flashbacks, and everything is going to play out in memory form, flashback form for Cloud at multiple stages throughout the game. And this scene right here may be exactly when Cloud flashes back to the scene we're fixing to see in just a second, where Sephiroth shows up. If you look, the explosions, the lighting, everything's the same. Everything's exactly the same. There's debris falling, like the reactor's falling apart from the fight with the Guard Scorpion. Maybe this explosion, he sees a flash of light, and it flashes to a flashback, and you're like, whoa, what just happened? Because in the original game, there's a scene just before he plants the bomb where he has kind of that moment where he, like, head goes down, screen goes red, and then he starts hearing a voice in his head. Which, again, we eventually learn later on that it's Sephiroth trying to manipulate him to lead him to the reunion. Flashback, debris falling, things are happening. I mean, this could also very well be part of the calm flashback, but I'm willing to bet you the calm flashback's not going to be in part 1 of this game. That may be the perfect thing to open up with part 2 of this game, being the calm flashback. I don't know. We'll see. But if I had to guess, this is a cinematic flashback that's going to be triggered during some event, during the bombing run, and Cloud's going to have just he's going to put his hand up to guard himself. It's going to be a flash of light, and when he comes back down, he's going to be standing in front of Sephiroth. Anyway, guys, that's all the content that I've got for you today. I broke down this trailer, and I've just got to say, loving everything that's being done so far, and as always, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to give a shout out to just a couple of people that have subscribed to my channel since the last video. Guys, I appreciate y'all's support so much. You have no idea what it means. And again, guys, more to come in June. I've got my tickets right here for the Symphonic Reunion. Me and my brother are both going, and I'm going to be covering it on Twitter. I'm going to be sending all kinds of pictures to you guys, and as soon as I get back, I'm sure they're going to have some news, maybe even give us some new content, maybe even give us a sneak peek to the game before E3. Who knows? All I know is that they said is that there's more to come in June, and the Symphonic Reunion is right before E3. That can't be a coincidence, so look forward to that. As always, I love you guys. Stay kind to one another, stay salty, and I'll see you in the next video. Zara out.